The Japanese Beetle project, namely our spring application of pesticide, is what we're going to be presenting on today. Before we get into the stats, I did just want to do a quick overview of the background and timeline for this project, just to give a scope. The Japanese beetle, for those who remember, it's an invasive pest, and it is a voracious consumer of agriculture. And so definitely a major impact on our economy and our community. Grapes and peaches are certainly one of its favorites. So Mesa County Commissioners recognized that in February 23 and declared this pest a public nuisance and tasked staff to find a way to not only manage its spread, but to eliminate the population entirely. So we began those efforts in March 23 with a very robust outreach initiative with all three state, local, and community groups, really to build a solid work plan and best engage this issue and combat it. Those efforts led to us, after a bid process, contracting with WD Yards and approving them to treat up to 1,149 properties using the pesticide acelepryn. I will call your attention to the map here. I know it looks just a little hodgepodge. There's a reason for that. We wanted to make sure we were doing something that was repeatable and scientific, especially for this first year. And so we built this using capture data. At each positive capture site of a Japanese beetle, we drew a 200-meter circle around that. And that was going to be our targeted zone. And so when we kind of finagled that a little bit so it made sense, we didn't want to cut anyone's yard in half kind of deal, we came up with this map. And initially we were thinking there were 1,149 properties within there, but when we got boots on the ground, we determined there was 1,110 parcels within the treatment zone. This is just a blown up map. It's a working map, and so it is ever so slightly outdated, but I did want to use it to illustrate some of our points here, and I will explain the different shades as we move through it. So with a total of 1,110 parcels, we got boots on the ground, looked at them all, and determined there were 284 within this zone that did not require an application of pesticide for various reasons. If you look at the map, you can see there's these cross-hatched areas. These do not require attention, namely because some are xeriscaped, ergo inhospitable to the species. Some are underdeveloped or undeveloped, so no irrigated turf, which is where it makes its home, it lays its eggs, it reproduces. As such, we determined through science, through our subject matter experts, that we didn't want to spend time in these areas. Now that leaves us with 226 parcels that needed some kind of treatment. Of those 826, we treated approximately 752, which is about 90%. The other 10% we attempted to reach, but they either declined to provide consent for Mesa County to go in and treat the parcel, or perhaps they had another treatment plan in place already with a local applicator. Either way, those were not treated for different reasons, and those are the areas highlighted in red. You are seeing more red on this map than is actually represented currently. Again, this is a slightly dated map, so most of these will actually be green at this point. But just to give you that idea. In regards to actual acreage, we're looking at 120 acres of turf that were sprayed, again, within this treatment area. Looking at the county at large, we're closer to 300 acres treated. We have Canyon View Park over here, which was treated, and Book Cliff Country Club over here, which is also treated. And then the school district treated several of their properties throughout the valley. And so we have found this to be a very successful spring application of pesticide, which is fantastic. 90% for especially how quickly this came about. It was completely voluntary. All residents did provide consent for an application of the pesticide. And being the first year, 90% is a good number to be at. And so with that, moving forward, something I do want to express is that Mesa County will continue to strive for the complete eradication of the Japanese beetle. We are anticipating annual reapplications of acelepryn for the next 4 to 5 years at minimum to really control this species. In addition to that, we're also going to be meeting next week with various subject matter experts to discuss a fall application of some form of pesticide to better eliminate and control this pest. So with that, I do just want to take a quick second to offer thanks to everyone who was involved in this project, everyone with the county, the OCC, various community partners that were willing to take time out of their day to meet with us and help us build a plan, Palisade Pest District, several people who were involved in the original Japanese beetle infestation 20 years ago and were instrumental in the elimination of it at that time. And so having their subject matter experience was definitely valuable. And so with that, unless the commissioners have any questions, that's my presentation.
We have been proactive and really will continue to be so around the Japanese beetle efforts. And I just want to thank our staff, CSU Extension, Duncan. You guys have done such a great job making sure that we really tackle this. And I'm just really thankful that our residents have been so willing to help. I know it's not easy, but everyone in the county has been great. Just even putting Grub X when they're not in the hot zone really has been beneficial to our community. And I'm just very thankful that we were able to get this spring spray done, and then we will work on getting the fall spray done as well, and then coming up for a long-term plan as well to get this taken care of. So thank you.